A circle passed through the origin, point A, point B. Beware that they did not directly or imply you what is the center of the circle. So it's impossible for you to simply claim the midpoint of AB becomes center is nonsense. And then if we draw the situation, it's passed through the center here. It should be somewhere like this. Pass through origin, that means it's passed through 0, 0. And then it's passed through the point 4 and 12. So we have 4, 12 approximates here. And also another point. 4, negative 4 here. Obviously, AB doesn't look like pass through the center. This is not diameter. One of the common strategy to use to get the equation of this inverted L, based on the fact that it's a circle, we know that the general form of equation is x squared plus y squared plus something x plus something y and then plus some constant equal to 0. Whenever there is a circle, we can express the equation in the general format like this. So by using the fact that it's passed through 0, 0, that means first case is when x equal to 0, then y equal to 0 also. Then we have 0 squared plus 0 squared plus d times 0 plus e times 0 plus f equal to 0. So all the terms times 0 give you 0, so only f is left and f is equal to 0. So we can directly update our formula. It's become x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey equal to 0 only. Now we are going to use the second point about point A. When x is equal to 4, then y is equal to 12. Whenever there is a point on the line that we fulfill certain requirement, then we can substitute it inside. So we have 4 squared plus 12 squared plus d times 4 plus e times 12 equal to 0. 160 plus 4d plus 12e is equal to 0. Simplify it, all the terms divide by 4, so we have 3e here, equal to negative 40. We ready that there is another similar equation so that we can solve it by simultaneous equation later on. Now it's the last one. For point B, when x is equal to 4, then y is equal to negative 4. So we just do the same. 4 squared plus negative 4 squared. And then plus d times 4 plus e times negative 4 give you 0. So therefore we have 32 plus 4d minus 4e equal to 0. Divide both sides by 4, we have d minus e equal to negative 8. Then you can directly use your calculator to get the answer or calculate by yourself. We subtract them, d minus d will become 0, so 3e minus negative e, we get 4e in total. And then is equal to negative 40 minus negative 8, we have negative 32 here. So e alone divided by 4, we get negative 8. So d minus negative 8 will give you negative 8 from the first equation. d is equal to negative 16. So finally, the answer is x squared plus y squared plus dx, that means minus 16x, plus ey, that means minus 8y. F is 0, so equal to 0 directly. This is the answer, but in fact there is other ways. For example, if you realize that AB is a vertical straight line because they have the same x coordinate, then we know that the chord is vertical. And it's very easy to find out the perpendicular line here. The perpendicular bisector of the chord will pass through the center. So we know that the midpoint here, the height is 4, which means that the center is something 4. Then you can use the equation distance equal to this distance to log the value of x coordinate here. Then you can get the center, and trust you can use Pythagoras theorem to get the R by yourself. But anyway, I think both methods are not too difficult if you have enough practice. In part B, they say that there is a straight line L do not intercept to this circle. And this straight line, we have the y-intercept 10 here, but we don't know the slope. Therefore, it may be like this. But if it is too steep, for example, if it is like this, then there will be some intercept point. So you expect that k cannot be too large. At the same time, you find that the slope can't be too low, cannot be too fat, otherwise it will cross this point here. To ensure that the line do not intercept, k should be within a range between two values. But anyway, it's not that too important because we are going to use the algebraic way to get the answer. We talk about do not intercept, that means we are focusing in point of intersection. Point of intersection, that means fulfill the first requirement, the straight line, at the same time fulfill the second requirement about the circle. So we are solving simultaneous equation. We are going to substitute y to kx plus 10 here, and then we figure that there will be a quadratic equation. And we are going to use the fact that it do not intercept, that means we can't find any real solution for the quadratic equation. Let's recall our memory about delta b squared minus 4ac. So let's substitute first. X squared plus something minus 16x minus 8 something equal to 0. That something is kx plus 10. Then we have x squared plus k squared x squared plus 20kx plus 100 minus 16x and also minus 8k times of x and minus 80 equal to 0. I'll remind you again, you can use multiple rows to put the like terms together. So it's obviously for x squared and x squared, we have two terms, and then we can group it to become 1 plus k squared times of x squared. The second part, 20 minus 8, we have 12k times. 12k times, and then together with minus 16 times of x. This is the second group, and the constant is 20. Now we clearly separate in terms of x quadratic equation. We have a, b, c here very obviously. Then we are going to draw the conclusion. Since there is no intercept point, therefore there is no real solution for the quadratic equation. And therefore delta of that equation should less than 0. We learned it in form 4, b squared minus 4 something something less than 0. So we have first the b here is 12k minus 16. A is 1 plus k squared while c is 20. We are going to expand it, and there is some small tricks. Is I think that the number is really large if we just expand it. So I'm going to extract some common factor, which is 4. And beware the effect of square, it will become 4 square when you remove it. So we have 16 outside, and then inside we divide by 4, we have 3k minus 4. And then minus 80 times of 1 plus k squared, less than 0. So I can find out some common factor, and then I divide both sides by 16 to make sure the number is small to handle. 3k minus 4 bracket square minus 5 times of 1 plus k squared is less than 0. Because I divide both sides by positive, so it won't check a change in the sign here. 9k squared minus 24k plus 16. And then we have negative 5k squared less than 0. So finally 4k squared minus 24k plus 11 is less than 0. We have a quadratic inequality that we have to solve. If we draw the graph, we know that the graph somewhere like this. It's because a is larger than 0, so this is opening upward. To ensure that the section is below the ground, so we are talking about this segment. Then k, it should be within certain value. If we factorize it, it will become 2k times 2k, and then one is negative 11 and other is negative 1. So k is two boundary. It's larger than 1 over 2. At the same time, it should be less than 11 over 2 here. It's consistent with our finding that the slope can't be too small. At the same time, it can't be too large to avoid touching the circle here. In part B, they say the maximum integral value of k obtained here Beware that this is 5.5, so the maximum integer k that we can obtain is 5. So we take k equal to 5 here, which means that we have k is 28, 4. It's a point line outside the circle. So maybe the point is somewhere here. This is 28, 4. And then there is a straight line, L prime pass through P with negative slope going downward, and also touch the circle. And the touching point is called S here. Beware that it may not A, okay? So it's just very close only. Our mission is to find out what is the coordinate of S. So we use the same strategy. We consider the point of intersection, and then now this time it's not no wheel root, but we have one repeated wheel root, which means that delta equal to 0. So it gives us chance to solve x and y here. But one of the problem is just now we have the equation of line L, but we don't have the equation of L prime. So we have to let the equation first. Let L prime equation is y equal to mx plus c. Because it's passed through P, so we know that when x equal to 28, then y will equal to 4. So it's easy to make c be the subject. So c is equal to negative 28m plus 4. Therefore, the equation of L prime, it should be y equal to mx plus c, that means negative 28m plus 4 here. Then we can start to consider the point of intersection. Fulfill the tangents requirement, at the same time fulfill the circle requirement. So we have x squared plus something squared minus 16x minus a times of something equal to 0. It's very important to make good use of the space. So mx minus 28m plus 4. mx minus 28m plus 4. We are going to expand it. So the first part we have x squared, and then we handle the second term in the second row. So expanded we have m squared x squared. We have positive 2 m times negative 28m plus 4 times of x. And then we have finally the constant part negative 28m plus 4 bracket square. We finish this term. Now we have negative 16x. And expand this one because there is x term and constant term. We have to separate them. Minus 8mx. And then we have negative a times this equal to 0. So to group the like terms, how many x squared? We have 1 plus m squared times of x squared. About the x term here, negative 16x, negative 8mx, negative 56m squared times of x, and also plus 8m times of x. So this one can be cancelled out. And then continue. Negative 8 times negative 28. Positive 224m minus 32. Expand this one. We have positive 784 times m squared. Negative 224m. And finally we have positive 16 equal to 0. So 1 plus m squared x squared. Negative 8 times of 7m squared, also plus 2 times of x. These two terms cancel out, so 784m squared minus 16 equal to 0. We identify A, B, C here easily, then we can use the conclusion. It's because it's tangent, only one point of intersection. So only one wheel root. Only one repeated wheel root. Therefore, b squared minus 4ac should equal to 0. (64 times 7m squared plus 2 bracket squared). Another term, extract 16 here. So we have negative 64 also, 1 plus m squared. This is 49m squared minus 1. Divide both sides by 64, make the number smaller. Then we just handle the rest, 49m power 4 plus 28m squared plus 4. Negative 1 times 2 terms here. Negative 49m squared, positive 1. And m squared, negative m squared times anything here. So negative 49m power 4. Positive m squared equal to 0. So the most complicated stuff disappeared. Negative 20m squared is equal to negative 5. So continue to handle the rest. M squared is equal to 1 over 4. So m is equal to 1 over 2, or m is equal to negative 1 over 2. Don't forget that they say that it is a negative slope, so it should be the answer, but not this one. We reject the positive case. And because we're concerned about the point S, that means the point of intersection, so we look at this equation. Before that, we don't know m, but now we already know that. We have 5 over 4x squared minus 30x plus 180 is equal to 0. Then you just simply use formula 1. We get x equal to 12. Another solution is also x equal to 12. It should be one single value only, because you already limited the situation is only one real root. So therefore, x coordinate of S is 12. In order to get the y coordinates, we have to use the equation of this straight line L prime. So it's y equal to negative 1 over 2x minus 28 times negative 1 over 2 plus 4. We substitute x equal to 12. So when x equal to 12, y is equal to negative 1 over 2 times 12 plus 18, which is equal to 12. So point S is 12, 12. The last part they ask about G is the centroid of triangle OAB. So they're talking about a centroid of triangle OAB from one vertex to the median of an opposite line. So when this is bisected, or you can directly get the position here is 4, 4 here, the midpoint of AB. And then they say this line, and also we do the same for OA. Join this line. The intercept point here is called point G. This is the meaning of centroid, the intersection of median. And then they say that O, G, and S can form a circle. First, it's very easy for any 3 points to form circle. If you draw any 3 points randomly here, it's easy for you to connect them with a circle. Even if that 3 points is look like this, you can also draw a circle like this. So what's the only condition that you can't form a circle? Is if 3 points are collinear, then it's impossible for you to draw a circle which pass through all 3 points here. So basically, this is equivalent to asking you, did O, G, and S collinear? If they are collinear, we can't draw a circle. If they are not collinear, then we can draw the circle. To check whether they are collinear, we want to know the slope OG and OS. Are they the same slope? If they're the same slope, that means it is collinear because they're the same starting point O here. So slope of OG. That means the slope between O and also the midpoint of AB. Just simply let the point C be the midpoint of AB. Slope of OG, that means the slope of OC, they are the same. So we get 4, 4, we use 4 minus 0 over 4 minus 0, which is 1. So the slope here is 1, and also this slope from origin to S. S, we already know that is 12, 12 from previous part. So slope of OS is just equal to 12 minus 0 over 12 minus 0. We also get 1. Since slope of OG is equal to slope of OS, that means OGS are collinear. That means impossible to draw a circle. There do not exist a circle. Fulfill the certain requirement here.